Hi, and welcome to Brett's Corner, where we cover everything small business. From how to start a business, to how to grow your business, to how to keep your books, and ultimately how to position and sell your business, and some things to think about after you've sold your business. If you're a small business owner, or you're thinking of being a small business owner, you're in the right place. My name is Brett Husselball, and I've been a small business owner for over half my career. I started my first small business in 1995. I quickly grew that one to over multi-millions in revenue, and I sold that to a Fortune 500 in 1998. I started my second small business in 2000. I grew that one more slowly to over $1 million in revenue, and I sold that to a multi-billion-dollar corporation in 2014. And now I'm retired. And what I like to do here at the Corner is to share the benefit of my experience with you. So, before we begin, a quick disclaimer. Number one, I'm not an attorney. I will share with you some of the experiences I've had regarding legal issues and what worked for me, but what worked for me may not work for you. If you have specific legal questions, consult an attorney. Number two, I'm not a CPA, nor am I a certified financial planner. But like every business owner, I know my financials, and we'll talk financials, and I'll share with you some of the things that you should know. But if you have specific financial questions or tax questions, consult a professional. Same goes with investment questions. Consult a professional. So, with that out of the way, let's get on to today's video. Hi. Today I'd like to talk about 8 important business rules that I have found over my career. I'm going to cover them briefly here because I'm going to dive into them in more detail in subsequent videos. So let's jump in. I've divided them into 3 categories to make it a little easier: finance, strategy, and sale of your business. So let's start with finance. Number 1 rule in finance, and these are in no particular order: the best time to ask for money from a bank is when you don't need it. Best time to ask for money from a bank is when you don't need it. So when you're starting your business, you haven't hired any employees yet, go to your banker and set up a revolving line of credit when you don't need the money. Don't settle for their going-in position either. That's going to be a credit card. They're going to offer you a credit card. See if you can negotiate an actual revolving line of credit with better interest rates. But do your best, but definitely set up that credit line. Someday you might need it, someday you might not, but the best time to ask for it is when you don't need it. Second important rule of finance, business: don't mix your business finances with your personal finances. Never mix your business finances with your personal finances. One of the first things you should do is set up a business account. Run all of your business through that business account. Checks come in from customers, right into the business account. Checks go out to pay vendors, out of the business account. There's some exceptions. Me personally, right now in my 3rd business, I am the only employee. And so yes, I will go and I will pay on my personal credit card for things like office supplies. But you know what? I write an expense report. I submit the expense report to the business. I approve the expense report. I run it through the accounting software. I stage it, and I write a check to myself to reimburse me for those expenses. That's how separated you want to keep your business finances from your personal finances. Never mix them. I can't stress that one enough. Number 3, if you want to minimize your cost of doing business, maximize your accuracy. If you want to minimize your cost of doing business, maximize your accuracy. Do things right the first time, every time. That is the best way to minimize your cost of doing business and to go a long way at maximizing your profits. Number 4, you can be profitable and still go out of business. You can be profitable and still go out of business. Why? Because you run out of cash. Never take your eye off of your cash position. Always know your cash position at all times. Let's talk about some strategy rules. Strategy rule number 1. If you have no competition, congratulations, you have no market. You better have a lot of money and a lot of time in order to create one. Otherwise, either 1, you do have competition and you haven't done your homework well enough, or 2, you really don't have competition and you need to seriously reconsider starting that business. It takes a lot of time and money to create a market from nothing. Competition is a good thing. It validates the presence of a market. Number 2, stay focused. Stay focused. I have seen so many business owners, big and small, continue to chase what looks like the next big opportunity just to have it fizzle, not work out the way they hoped, and all the while it diluted their resources, time, energy, money. Stay focused. And the best way to stay focused is to have a strong vision, something you really, really believe in. If you have that vision, it helps you to stay focused. Focus on your vision, get a strong vision. Number 3, focus on quality first. This goes hand in hand with one of the financial rules. Focus on quality first. And that goes all the way back to setting expectations, because what is quality? That is delivering to or exceeding your customer's expectations. So it all starts with how you set their expectations. So trace your quality all the way back to your first engagement with the customer and all the way through your entire delivery chain to make sure you are always, always focused on quality. And that brings us to the last rule. When it comes time to sell your business, if you want to sell your business for a multiple of revenue, you must be strategic to the buyer. I'll say that again. If you want to sell your business for a multiple of your annual revenue, your sale must be strategic to the buyer. If I go to your balance sheet and I look at your company's net worth, your book value, that's the most you'll probably get offered if you're not strategic. If you're talking to a potential buyer who just wants to buy an up and running business, it's about all they'll ever offer you is book value, if that. Otherwise, if you want to multiple your revenue, you need to be strategic. And most small businesses, their book value is much lower than their annual revenue. So in order to get that, you can't just make that happen in a matter of weeks. So you don't want to wait till you try to sell your business and learn that. You have to be building intrinsic value. You have to be building an asset that has an intellectual property. You have to have something of strategic value to your potential buyer. You need to know that well in advance. It takes years to get the company to that point. So you need to be thinking about that exit strategy, way before you decide to pull the trigger. And I guarantee you this, because this happened to me and I pretty well can guarantee this, at some point you're going to need to want to exit that business. And at that point, make sure you have created enough value that you can get the most out of all your efforts that you've put into it. So let's recap quickly. 8 rules, 8 important rules for doing business. I've divided them into financial, strategic, and sale of your company. Financially, best time to ask for money from a bank? When you don't need it. Set that line of credit up. Never, ever mix your business finances with your personal finances. If you want to minimize the cost of doing business, maximize your accuracy. Do it right the first time, every time. You can be profitable and still go out of business. Never take your eye off your cash position. If you have no competition, congratulations, you have no market. Competition validates the presence of a market. Embrace competition. Just figure out how to do things better, faster, and cheaper than they do. But you need to have competition that validates your market. Stay focused. Maybe one of the hardest things for business owners to do. Stay focused. Believe. This takes a belief system and faith in your vision. And it helps to have a vision. So get that vision, then you can stay focused using that vision. Quality first. All the way through your entire delivery chain. All the way back to when you're setting customer expectations, even through your marketing. All the way through your final delivery. Meet or exceed your customer's expectations. Focus on quality. And finally, when it comes time to sell your business, if you want to get more than 1 times your revenue or 1 times or more of your revenue, your annual revenue, your sale has to be strategic. Otherwise, expect book value. And it takes a lot of time and effort to build a company to a point where it will be a strategic sale. So think about that well in advance, years in advance of the time you think you might want to exit your business. If you like the content we're providing here, please follow us. And as always, if you have any questions, please direct those questions to info@brettscorner.com. I'll watch that email address and I'll respond to your emails. I won't respond to comments you leave on the video, so please use the email address if you have any questions or you want me to respond. And as always, thanks for watching.